Spider-Man No Way Home is now officially released in theaters, and amongst the many crazy, insane things that happen in the actual film, there's more insanity to be found in the post-credit scene. So today, I'm here to explain to you what those post-credit scenes mean. Before we properly get started with all this, just a warning for everyone, there will be spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home and obviously for the post-credit scenes on this, but there will also be a spoiler review tomorrow coming for the film itself, and there's a spoiler-free review right up here, so you can click on that if you haven't checked it out yet. And of course, if you clicked on this video, thank you so much. Remember to let me know your thoughts on these post-credit scenes in the comments below, and if you like movies and TV, this is the place to be, so consider clicking that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any future conversation on your favorite movies, TV, and Spider-Man. So in the first mid-credit scene, we find Eddie Brock where we last left him on the post-credit scene of Venom Let There Be Carnage. He's in a bar inquiring about this whole insane crazy world, which means he never made it to New York. He never participated in the whole insane proceedings of the film, and he's just trying to absorb it all while Venom wants to go and face all these monsters and meet this Spider-Man, but soon enough he's snapped back through Doctor Strange's spell at the end of the film to fix everything and avoid the collapse of the multiverse, and he just disappears, but we see a little bit of goo left behind that is going to stay in the MCU. Now, this piece of goo, despite being physically separated from Eddie's body and from the rest of Venom, should have totally gone back with them, absolutely, but now this means we're going to get a Venom in the MCU, and it's curious that this happened and Venom himself, Eddie Brock, went back to where he was, because the goo that is left behind and starts to move, we're all assuming, towards New York City to meet this Spider-Man. It opens a ton of interesting possibilities that I think the uncertainty of it all is the most interesting aspect, because is this the same Venom? Is it going to have the same personality? Because Tom Hardy voices Venom, and this is just a piece of Venom. We saw in Let There Be Carnage that the little bit of goo that Cassidy swallowed, and that sounds insanely wrong, but the little bit of Venom goo that Cassidy swallowed in Venom Let There Be Carnage clearly didn't maintain any of the personality, so maybe we'll see a new, completely different Venom in this little bit of goo that was left behind. Maybe he's going to go to Peter Parker and we'll get the black suit. Maybe we'll meet this universe's Eddie Brock, or maybe the MCU will entirely skip Eddie Brock and we're directly going into the Agent Venom, who in the comics is Flash Thompson, who absorbs Venom after he gets into an accident and loses both his legs while he's fighting in the US Army. It also begs the question that if this Venom does maintain that personality, or maintains any personality at all, does this bit of goo, this bit of Venom, still know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? Or is it just wandering lost? Is it just wandering towards New York for no reason whatsoever until it actually finds Spider-Man? It's these interesting possibilities that we know for sure is here. They're going to do something with this Venom, but whatever they do, there's just a ton of routes they could take with this. The possibilities are open, but one thing is for sure, Venom is in the MCU. Just which version of Venom and which story of Venom are we going to follow? Who knows? Does this open also the possibility of maybe seeing another Carnage, a new Carnage in the MCU? And who would you cast as this universe's, the MCU's Eddie Brock and Cletus Cassidy? Drop it all down there, as we're now moving on to the second post-credits thing, because it's not a scene. Now, obviously, to get some footage from that insane Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer that comes right at the end, I would have to go into some leaked stuff, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pirate and damage this film. If you want to see that, go into the theater and check it out in all its glory in the biggest screen possible. But we get a ton of new footage. First of all, we get to really see the Sam Raimi horror vibes being inserted into the world of Doctor Strange, as it just starts with this very creepy imagery and a little bit of voiceover from the dialogue we heard between Doctor Strange and Wong and Doctor Strange and Peter in Spider-Man No Way Home. Doctor Strange just walking through this alley. It's all very snowy, and then we see that the dimensions are collapsing in themselves as we see a building just in the middle of the air horizontally spearing through a dimension, I would guess. And then a ton of insane imagery that looks as psychedelic as the first Doctor Strange. We see a little bit of the cosmos, we see floating surfaces and buildings. We got our first look at Baron Mordo, once more played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, now with the long hair, with the braids. We see that Doctor Strange makes it back to Kamar-Taj, but is it the Kamar-Taj that we know? There's a quick glimpse at America Chavez in the background accompanying Doctor Strange in his journey. We get our first glimpse at Shuma Gorath in New York City throwing a bus at Doctor Strange and him creating something to cut it in half. And last but not least, we finally know who the villain in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is, and it is none other than Doctor Strange himself. It's curious because this does not look like Doctor Strange Supreme from Marvel's What If, and also that Doctor Strange eventually came back to the good side. So I'm wondering if this is a completely different Doctor Strange, which I'm going to bet it is, but also can we maybe see Supreme coming to the aid of our Doctor Strange and help him fight this evil? I forgot to say, but we do see Stephen Strange going to Wanda, asking for her help. So Wanda is also not going to be the villain. We still might get into a situation where they're trying to rescue Wanda as she's making the multiverse collapse in itself. She's opening those doors that Doctor Strange just closed in Spider-Man No Way Home. We see her floating in the air over her books and whatnot, doing her thing, which is an awesome shot. This trailer just looks absolutely insane. We're going to go nuts. We're going to go deep into that horror vibe, but also into the cosmic psychedelic aspects of Doctor Strange, which are my personal favorites, as I do adore that first film. So this trailer just looks immensely promising. But that's only what I thought of the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. I want to know what you thought, and those are both the post-credit scenes of Spider-Man No Way Home explained. What did you think about them? Do they leave you excited? Do they leave you worried about anything? Anything and everything down there in the comments. Just start the conversation, because it's the most important part. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I'll be back very soon with a Spider-Man movie ranking and a spoiler review, and also a review for Licorice Pizza. And right now I have reviews up for Spider-Man No Way Home, the spoiler-free version, and a spoiler review for Hawkeye Episode 5 and Nightmare Alley. I hope to see you in any of those in the future, or the videos that are already up. Thank you so much once more for watching, and until the next one, love each other and love the movies.